Hello there. I'm Enforcer. I'd like to welcome you back to another Fountain Pen Friday. Today we're getting back into yet another Tramol. I got this big old tester kit of a bunch of different colors, all shimmers, as you'll be able to see. Look at that shimmer. And we're gonna take a look at them one by one, putting them. Oh, that's cool. That was cool. One by one, and put them under the microscope, see how they look. So, without further ado, let's get started. Let's get some writing done. All right, let's get going. So I've been using this ink for around about 3 weeks, I think, and I've got some thoughts on it. I've had some opinions, some epiphanies, some what would you call it? Thought, just in general thoughts. All right. So there's how she writes. Right here, you're not seeing the shimmer. There is quite a bit of shimmer in here. That is not the issue I was facing at all. Their trademark geography. And let's see how wet she is. That wet, not so wet. Maybe we'll do a few little squiggles, huh? We can do all these right here, right now. So you're not seeing one of the issues I've had with it here, but I've had it run dry and sputter on me a few times. Right now it seems to be behaving, but that's not something I've really experienced with the Jinhao so much, just with this ink. Very odd. I don't know what's causing it. In my head, I think it's just a bunch of shimmer plugging it up. I don't know for sure. I mean, it's also like I've been using this thing for 3 weeks, and oh boy, it's tight. There we go. It getting a little bit dry. I mean, that's still plenty of ink though, just not as much as I usually will have in a pen. Don't know. I do not know why it sputters. If anyone else knows, maybe. Or you can just stick with my theory that it is entirely based on the amount of shimmer in there just plugging up the feed. No clue. Why don't we kick over and do our scribble and our swatch, and then we can go to the microscope. All right, here we are. Here we go. Let's get our little scribble on. Ooh. So bad there. Let's spin this and mix it all up before we bring in the Q-tip for this guy. One thing I've learned with these samplers, be gentle. They leak. Samplers leak. Can't just shake them up. You'd think you'd be able to, but no. Alrighty. Here we go. Second dose. Well, that second one feels like it's gonna leak. It's gonna bleed. You can already see the shimmer starting to form. Cool up, whatever you want to call it. That's cool. All right, I'm gonna go silent, and we'll come back. I'll come back once it's dry. All right, that's not dry, but dry enough for us to check. Let's flip this over and let's see. Yeah, I could feel that as I was pushing it in. And that went through rough. It went through pretty heavy. Let's get that out of there. Yes, it did. And not quite to the next page. Yikes, that's probably our worst bleed to date. Alright, so why don't we kick on over to the microscope and we'll get a close-up of this. I will see you there. Alright, here we are. I'm going to scan over the letters, move to the scribble, move to the swatch at this zoom, and then we'll go to the full 1600 zoom. Alright, so you're not seeing a lot of the shimmer here. If I'm going to be honest, I expected to see some more. Alright. You see a little bit. Alright, let's scroll down to what we wrote today. Sandy Beach, that's the name of this ink. Very cool name. I don't know about the sand though. I mean, I get olive, like an OD. There you go. There you can see there is in fact shimmer in there. It actually has this sub-letter G. It's Sandy Beach G. I don't know if they have a silver variety, but they do have the gold variety because I have that one. Very cool. All right, so let's move to the 1600 zoom. All right, here we are. This is the Jinhao. There's the eye. Look at that. You can see it. A lot more shimmer in there than you could see before. Has a harder time hiding from the, we're going to slide down here to the, what we wrote today. There we go. Yeah, it comes out about the same today or last, 2 weeks ago I wrote that actually. We missed a week upload. And let's slide on up to the scribbles. There it is. There's the scribbles. Sliding over to the scribbles. Very interesting. You can really see the fiber of the paper. It's kind of cool. And here we go. The swatch. This is the double section. Very sparkly. And the single. It does seem like the sparkles really, the shimmer really pools in the wetter areas. Interesting. All right, we'll go to some microscope writing and then some final thoughts. All right, here we are. I'm sorry if my microscope works a bit shaky. I'm still learning how to use it, well, how it's best utilized for these videos for you guys so you can see what you are interested in seeing. That's a very small A. I had to make it about the size of a lowercase. All right, that's kind of cool though. That's me tagging an area right there, so I knew where the camera was focused. There we go. Very cool. It's interesting to see how that works. I can also change the brightness. I'll try to do that without shaking the camera too much. I think it's going to shake quite a bit though. A little bit brighter. Didn't seem to make a huge difference. All right. And then just for funsies, I'm going to do one of them little loopy squiggles on cam just so we can see how it handles that. Well, you can see all like the fibers up in my pen. That's cool. Makes me want to clean my pen. All right, so there we go on that. Let's watch that dry. It's kind of interesting watching it shift colors. Yeah, very cool. Let's look at the ink real quick before we go to final thoughts. I think that'll be the bottle. Let's look at the bottle real quick. All right, here's our bottle. I just wanted to rotate the bottle and take another peek at the shimmer as it dissolves. I think that is so cool to see. Oh, that is cool. I love it. Rotating it just a little bit to keep that flow going. Very cool. Too much shine, actually. All right, nope. Well, that's cool. That's all I really wanted to do, is take a peek at that up close. Oh, there it goes. Yes. Very cool. All right, let's go to our final thoughts now. That's done. All right, so my thoughts on this. I can't decide. There are moments where I've really, really liked how it looks, and moments where I just desperately missed my black. I do love the shimmer. I don't like how it sputters out my pen when the black never did. I'm on the fence. I'm about 50-50 love-hate with this thing, with this Sandy Beach. I don't know if it's just not working well in my gin house. Maybe my gin house starting to give up. I don't know for sure. I'm planning to do a follow-up on the gin house, and like a number of months in, how I feel about it. You can see it's starting to get a little worn and beaten. Run into a few issues with it. Still love it. Just a few issues. And I think we could cover that in more detail. Maybe look at some pieces of it up under the microscope. So for next week, let's take a little flip here. Aim this. Here it is in my pen. Still got that shimmer in there. We've got shimmer. If anyone would like to try and guess what it is, you are welcome to. Having a hard time keeping this one. This one's pretty dry too. It has also been getting used for the last 2 or 3 weeks. It is. Am I writing this? Twisby, right? Yeah, right. The pen I'm using first. The Pico. Another. So if you guys want to make a guess at what this one is before I would do my big reveal next week, do so in the comments. Hope I've earned your subscriptions, and I hope you've enjoyed yourself. If you have, lost focus. If you have, consider hitting that like. I'd really appreciate it. Helps me out a lot. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.